probably looking at this random expandable laundry bin and thinking, Steve, why is this out next to your tent? Well, as you can tell, I just took my LL Bean Backcountry Dome down because I set it up to stretch it out and for demonstration purposes, just to kind of set it up and make sure that everything is okay with it. Well, when I store a tent, I always get the question, should I roll it up and fold it and put it away in the actual bag? Should I mash it down in the bag? Or if I was to store it another way, how would I store it? I luckily have the space and the means to store it in one of these expandable bins. And the reason I do that is I had another tent that I would just mash down in the bag, leave it in my, in my closet, and then whenever I needed it, I would take it out and go and use it. Well, all of the seam seals on it, because it was sitting in a closet and it got real hot in the summer, then melted together. And then when I went to go use it one time, I pulled it apart. It looked like my tent had a bad sunburn. So what I do now is take my rain fly, put it in the bin, take my tent body, put it in the bin, take my footprint, put it in the bin, and then I will store my poles on the side of the bin and just throw the stakes on top. Now, if you don't have the means to do that and you're thinking, what should I do if I don't have enough space to store my one tent or all of my tents in a expandable bin like that, then what should I do? If you have a choice, mash your tent into the actual body itself, or into the actual bag itself. Don't roll your tent up. And the only reason I say that is when you roll your tent up, then you're developing folds in the actual tent. And what that will do is over time, it will develop weak spots in the nylon, weak spots in the waterproofing, and you'll actually hurt your tent more. Where what I will do is take the bag, put my poles in on the side, and then stuff the rain fly in. Given it's dry, stuff the dry rain fly in, stuff the tent body in, stuff the footprint in, and then put the stakes on top, and then cinch the bag up. That's the best method to do it if you don't have the space to store it in one of these bins. So I'll kind of quickly go over. If you don't have one of these bins, here I have the bag itself. Now, I'm going to take the poles and put these in first because these are the entire length of the bag. If I tried to fit these in afterwards, you could be, potentially poking holes in the tent body or the rain fly, which of course you don't want holes in your tent. And with literally no organization, I'm just gonna stuff this into. Alright, sorry about that. I've lost battery. Now I'm going to take the tent body and pretty much do the same method. Obviously double check, make sure that these are dry first. If you are on a wet camping trip, the second that you get home, set a tent up in your basement or garage just to let it air out. If you leave it in a bag for too long, it'll develop mold, and it'll one, make your tent stink, but it will, over time, it'll actually ruin your tent. I'm going to stuff that in as much as I can. Just double check, make sure there's no condensation on the bottom of the footprint. Set that all in. And then take the stakes and put these on top, because they can puncture your actual tent body if they, if you drop your pack on them or something like that. They can actually put holes through stuff. I prefer to carry them separately, but if you don't have space in your pack, that's how you pack up a tent into the actual bag for medium to longer time storage. Preferably, I'd spend $3 on this expandable laundry basket and store it in there because it gives it a little bit more room. It's not stuffed so tightly. You know, if you store it like this for a long period of time, it's going to be prone to ripping, and or the stitches or the seam seals could become damaged over time. So I like to store it in this expandable laundry basket. I hope that guys helped, or I hope that helped you guys out. You know, please let me know if you have any questions about setting up or long-term storage of camping gear, tents, water filters, any stuff like that. All right, I'll see you guys next time.